Yo, back at it. Back at whatever. We watching Emergency Awesomeness, things that I've missed. Seems like we do have a new Punisher trailer, so let's check this out. Let's check this out. All right, what are they gonna
Hey,
bring
Frank.
to us right now?
How you
Got
doing,
Frank.
brother?
I am watching the new Daredevil series right now. I'm on episode 3 of season 2. We haven't
Talk
seen
to
him
me.
yet, if I'm not mistaken, but I know he escaped Fisk. So seems like he's off doing his thing right now.
Tell me what's going on. What's going on?
Oh, hold on. Oh, we about to get Punisher for real, for
You
real.
think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done?
Judge, jury,
Cut your mouth.
executioner.
For you,
Ooh, run,
you ain't got a fucking chance.
run. Mmm. This May. Is this like a Punisher series? Okay.
That's
He
all
will
you
lose
got? That's
it.
all you got?
So this is gonna come out before Spider-Man Brand New Day. He's looking at himself. Bro, I know this is gonna be crazy. Oof, oof. He'll never get that love again. And that's the way he is. Whew. One last
Welcome back,
kill.
everyone. It's Charlie. Hey, brothers, how you doing? There's a brand new
May
Punisher
12th.
trailer. This is the Punisher special presentation, One Last Kill, basically like a small Punisher movie. So if you've
Oof.
wanted Punisher to get his own movie, this is about as close
See,
as
he
we're
does have a
going to
clean
get
shave
because
there,
it
or a
is
little
rated R, like
aftershave.
TVMA. So
But
it's
look right
about as
here, he has a
hardcore
full
as
beard.
Kevin Feige could possibly let it go. The
Ooh.
title of the movie, One Last Kill, implies it's one last kill before he helps out Sadie Sink's character in Spider Man Brand New Day, but I'm assuming
Okay.
that the end of the special presentation will explain what's happening at the beginning of Spider Man Brand New Day.
Okay.
As you see in the trailer, they're
So
releasing
it's
this the
tying
week
in. I
after the
love that. I
Daredevil Born
love
Again
that. This is
Season
what I
2
missed
finale.
about
That's
Marvel.
why they
And
waited
I
so long
love
to
that they're
announce
bringing
it,
back these
because it's coming
Daredevil and
before Spider
Punisher
Man
back,
Brand New Day,
because these
because
are
he gets his
ground
brand new
street
Punisher skull
heroes and
logo, like
vigilantes
his
that you
new
can actually
uniform,
adapt.
before the events of Spider Man Brand
Because
New
all
Day,
this
and he's
other
wearing it
stuff with
in
the
that
aliens,
movie
they can get
when
a
he goes
little
up against Spider Man
hard to
and
adapt
then
and please
helps
audiences.
Spider
But
Man,
you
because that's
can't go
kind of the
wrong with
vibe of
this.
Spider Man Brand New Day in the trailer. But it
Wait,
definitely
I missed
seems
it. What
like
did he say? What's the vibe of the
and
Spider-Man
Brand New
Brand New
Day,
Day?
and he's wearing it in that movie when he goes up against Spider
Oh,
Man
the
and
uniform?
then helps Spider Man, because
Right.
that's kind of the vibe of Spider Man Brand New Day in the trailer.
Oh,
But it
okay.
definitely
So just
seems
the
like
suit.
earlier in the timeline, when this trailer is taking place in a different part of New York City, he is not in such a great mental place.
Nope.
We actually just saw Matt and Karen in the Daredevil Born Again Season 2 trailer in Punisher's lair from the events of Daredevil Born Again Season 1, meaning that he hasn't been around. They reference him a couple
Yeah,
times
he
a few
hasn't.
episodes ago, with Karen wondering if he was okay, and that he probably would be. Matt joked that he would probably be fine.
Yeah.
Turning into Frank. Sounds extremely frank.
Think he's dead?
No, not a chance.
The whole reason why
Nah.
they don't know,
There's no
Daredevil and
chance. He
Karen
got out of
Page
that.
don't know where Punisher is because at the end of Daredevil Born Again Season 1, he was arrested by the Punisher cops after he went up against them, killed a whole bunch of them before they did capture him, but they threw
Yeah.
him in the illegal prison the Kingpin kept. The Daredevil, Karen Page, and Angela just raided a couple episodes ago during Season 2 and freed everyone from. What we're seeing happen in the
Wait.
trailer, just based
Did
on the
they free
craziness, the
everybody? I don't think
lawlessness
I've
in
gone
the
there, bro.
streets,
You
is meant to
spoiling it for
happen
me.
after the events of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. What that
Oh,
means is
okay.
at the end of Daredevil Born Again Season 1, when Punisher
Jessica
escaped,
Jones!
he just went to ground in a different place because he's in a different apartment.
Wait, I
Punisher
don't
is
think
in
I'm
a
there in
crappier
the new
apartment.
Daredevil yet.
This is also
Man,
one of
see,
the
they're
rules of
missing things from
Daredevil.
me.
Anytime you give them a new season, Punisher, Daredevil, any of those characters, you have to give
Mm-hmm.
them crappier apartments. That's how you know it's going to be crazy.
That's how you know it's
And
gonna
even
be
though there's not a lot
crazy.
of dialogue in the trailer, there is a lot that they give away in the footage, even though it just seems like a vibes trailer.
Right.
Starting at the beginning of the trailer, I love the way they're opening the trailer, like they're opening the shutter on a camera on Frank inside this new apartment where he's hiding out. The voice that we hear at the beginning of the trailer and across the entire beginning of the trailer is Curtis Hoyle, who was the
Curtis
person who
Hoyle.
took over his therapy group. He was another former Marine during the Punisher
Mm.
Netflix series. He is actually going
I
to
do
show up
remember
during the
now.
Punisher special presentation, but like the other Defenders characters, Daredevil isn't supposed to be in it, Karen Page isn't supposed to be in it as far as we know. This is mostly just because it's Punisher on his own for the most part, and it's only about an hour long, so it's actually pretty breezy. Based on all the landmarks too, it seems like he's also in a different part of New York City from where Daredevil is dealing with all of his stuff in Kingpin right now too.
Yeah.
You also notice at the beginning of the trailer, the beginning of the special, beginning of the movie here, he doesn't have his new Punisher skull logo yet. It kind of seems like he doesn't get that till towards the end of the story. Then
Woohoo!
as Curtis
So it's gonna
tries
be
to
like
get
a
him to
mini
talk
short
like, hey
movie
brother,
film?
talk to me, he starts
Ooh.
hallucinating his
May
former Marine
12th. I'm
mates, his former
excited.
family who
It's next
died. We saw
month.
them during the Punisher Netflix series.
We did see
Then when
them.
he looks out of his peephole and he sees this open chaos, and he actually sees this in the streets too, which is like everybody going at each other like it's a free-for-all in the streets. This is actually really happening.
He
My
will lose
assumption
it.
is this is based on what's happening at the end of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, and it just descends into absolute chaos in New York City. I do believe that they're going to wrap up that story arc, and there will be no Punisher cops after Daredevil Born Again Season 2. No more
No warrants.
anti-vigilante task
No
force.
body
No more
cams.
martial law
No more
around New York
martial
City.
law.
But early theory, just based on the craziness that's happening in this trailer with like open revolt happening in the streets, that also creates a power vacuum where people just turn into a free-for-all in the streets, and that's why it's so nuts. My other assumption is that the group with
Wait,
the hoods
was
on
that
that you see him
Vanessa
fighting across the
Fisk?
trailer and killing a
Was
whole
that
bunch
his
of people
wife? Hold
are also
on.
connected to
Damn,
the
I gotta
mob,
finish these.
because who are
I
Punisher's
swear.
real big villains? Usually it's mob-related characters. Supposedly the big villain of this series is
Okay.
going to be Ma Nucci, and he'll be going up against her. So these all
Manucci.
might be people tied to the Nucci crime family.
Nucci crime
You also
family.
notice that John Bernthal is an executive producer and a writer on the series. Kevin
Ooh.
Feige has basically let him do whatever he wants to do with the Punisher. John Bernthal has basically become
He
the
basically
steward of the Punisher
become.
character.
Yeah. No,
This
he
is
is
like
the
his
face of
hallucination
Punisher
for
for
the
sure.
foil before he
For
actually
sure. There
sees
is
him in
no
front
other
of him. Like
character
this
like
is
or
a
no other actor
hallucination here
like
when he's
this.
actually seeing him in front of his eyes. We see him go visit his wife in his child's grave. Then we actually hear Curtis Hoyle say, "You think God's going to forgive us for the things we've done?" And I think that's real Curtis, like he's actually talking to real Curtis. We see him walk past that giant conspiracy board of different people that he's been tracking down, and it seems like this is back in his lair that we saw during Daredevil Born Again, that we just saw Matt and Karen in. So this is probably before they actually started occupying it, before he went to ground in a different apartment. My assumption is that all the different people here on the board that he's tracking down are connected to the Nucci crime family and Ma Nucci, main villain of this series. We saw him working on it during season 1, but they didn't really explain why he was doing that or what his actual mission was. There's another scene of him hallucinating the gasoline coming underneath the door in his new crappy apartment, setting him on fire. This is a hallucination if it wasn't clear. Curtis
I
then
made it clear.
continues
Yeah.
the conversation
There
about
was no
God
way he was
forgiving
gonna
them
let
for
that
their
happen.
sins and says, "I'm not
One
sure
thing
about
about
you."
Punisher is his
They're mostly
instincts are
referring to the things
crazy.
they
He
did when they were
knows.
Marines in the military. But obviously, anytime you're talking about God forgiving you for the terrible things you've done, you're also talking about Punisher in present day, like all the crazy, crazy stuff he does as a vigilante, as a hero. Because Curtis also implies that God might not forgive Punisher for what he's doing. For those of you asking, there actually is a God, like a one true God, capital G God, in the Marvel Universe. There are many, many sort of mid-level gods, like Thor, for instance. The one true God, capital G God, is basically so
Capital G.
powerful that I don't expect Marvel to ever actually use them in a story. His actual name is the one above all. His counterpart, the one below all, is also where the Hulk supposedly gets all of his power from the immortal Hulk. That is like a whole separate thing, has nothing to do with Punisher or what's happening during the series. It's just like a really cool fact. I
Cool
also
fact.
do
Cool
not
fact.
ever expect Kevin Feige or the MCU movies to ever address that one below all Hulk fact either. Then the metaphorical fire is lit under Frank's feet and he bursts out of his apartment and into action. So I think the metaphor here that's happening is that it's inspiring him to actually do something about all the craziness that's happening in the streets. Then as he
Okay.
walks down the street, it's just open chaos. Everything is going crazy. Everybody is at war. Everybody is fighting each other. Everybody's setting stuff on fire, like the cop cars are on fire. This is, I think, after the events of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, because there are no more Punisher cops. Like, they get rid of the anti-vigilante task force. They get rid of Fisk, so he's not mayor
The
anymore. So it's basically just free for all,
AVTF.
open season, everybody do
That
whatever
was
you
fire
want kind
though.
of thing.
They showed up at my house with my daughter there.
You hurt?
I'm pissed.
Like there was a power
Mm.
vacuum for a little while before the events of Spider-Man Brand New Day when a new mayor takes
Sheila.
over and law enforcement basically clears out
Okay,
all
so
this
they're already.
craziness. So there's like a little window where you need a Punisher to actually deal with the
Mm.
worst of the worst. You also notice they cut in a frame of the Ferris wheel. I think this is meant to be him flashing back to his family at the actual carnival. We saw a lot of that during season 1. Then he
Mm-hmm.
also hears Daddy and hallucinates his daughter again, but it's the little girl that he saw in the shop, and somebody is about to take her, kill her, and it kind of seems
Mm-hmm.
like his first big act here is to try and protect her. Then it's like him
Mm.
snapping back into Punisher mode. Then you kind of track the progression of the actual story, the timeline, based on the outfit that he's wearing. So in the same outfit, he goes up against all these other thugs wearing the masks here. This might be people connected to the Nucci crime family, or maybe just random criminals too, as he's working his way up
Random
to
criminals with
Manucci.
the
But the
fucking
idea is it's these hooded
water
criminals
pipe.
who are causing a lot of the chaos in the streets that
What
we
does he
just
have? A
saw a couple
fire
seconds ago in
axe?
the trailer. This entire apartment complex was where his really crappy new apartment he was hiding out in was. Earlier
Mm-hmm.
in the trailer, we saw these hooded thugs going into other people's apartments, grabbing them. So it kind of seems like he's protecting his little block here, his apartment building, and the streets
Mm.
around it. Curtis
Mm.
yells at him, "That's all you got, that's all you got." When he's walking through the buses, he hallucinates himself walking past him in his Punisher outfit. This is probably where
Mm.
he's about to become full Punisher again, like put the actual logo back on again. We get a
Oh,
couple more
facts.
scenes of him taking those thugs out, stealing their gun, taking them down with it. This is also probably connected to that scene where we see him throwing people
Wonder
off
if we're
the
gonna get
side
a
of the building.
Spider-Man tease.
We get a
Nah,
quick
they wouldn't put
flash
a
of him
Spider-Man
grabbing
tease in
someone's
here.
bloody hand. I think
They
that's meant
wouldn't.
to be
Sony
from his
wouldn't let him.
family. There are a lot of flashbacks to his family, hallucinations he has across this trailer that they break up. Then
Mm-hmm.
another big surprise, this person here with the cross around their neck, I believe is meant to be Ma Nucci. That's why she's
Oh,
dressed so
okay.
nicely, like she's wearing finery and she's in a really nice car with blood all over her face. This also kind of seems
I
like a
mean, but would she
flashback.
have the reaction
When
like
Punisher
that?
is taking down these people inside this restaurant, it's meant to be the same restaurant where he hallucinated that little girl, thinking that she might be his daughter until she sees the actual little girl. It is the same little girl that he protects in the middle of the streets, too. Once he's
Makes
able to stop
sense.
the thugs, he returns her to her family. And at some point, there's a little bit of a time jump, and he puts back on full Punisher body gear, Punisher skull logo. So remember, this is meant
And
to
he
be the
cleans
same
up.
outfit that he's
And
wearing
he
during the
cleans up.
Spider-Man Brand New Day
Look,
trailer.
see? His beard
Not
is
totally
gone.
clear who he's taking out once he puts it back on, but I'm assuming this is once he actually goes up against the Nucci crime family, Ma Nucci. Like, this is sort of like the last 10, 15 minutes of the actual special presentation.
One
Mm.
badge, two badge.
There's still a lot of questions that this
Judge,
trailer does not answer.
jury,
Like, who are all the people on
executioner.
that giant conspiracy board inside his lair that Matt and Karen are now in that he was going after before this? And what is going on with Ma Nucci during the events of this series? Maybe the
Mm.
Nucci crime family is just trying to grab a little piece of New York City in the power vacuum after Daredevil is able to get rid of Kingpin and the Punisher cops. But I
Mm-hmm.
do believe this is meant to take place in a relatively self-contained part of New York City, like very
See,
specific
I've
part
I've
of New
seen
York City,
that.
and that's why you don't see Spider-Man swinging around here dealing with this while Punisher is taking care of this part of New York City.
Mm-hmm.
But it
I
does kind of let
guess.
you know why Punisher is back in full Punisher mode during the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. And hopefully, we'll actually have a little post-credit scene tag at the end of this where we'll find out how he links up with Sadie Sink's character, because she's supposed to be working with Punisher during the events of
Mm.
Spider-Man Brand New Day. And there is a lot of mounting evidence that she is the new main version of Jean Grey inside the MCU.
They're
Really big, one
cooking.
of the
Hold
biggest
on.
X-Men characters, and it would be really crazy for her to be teaming up with Punisher in a
They're
Spider-Man
actually
movie.
cooking right
Why
now,
does that
though.
happen? Why is Punisher trying to help her? Hopefully we'll get some clues for that towards the end of this in like a post-credit scene, but I
In the
don't believe
post-credit
that
scene, for
that
sure,
is
for
meant to be
sure.
the actual main plot of this series. That it'll be a completely different plot. Then maybe they'll just tag on the Sadie Sink stuff at the very end as sort of like a teaser for Spider-Man Brand New Day later in the timeline. But I don't think that
Yes.
much time goes by before the events of Spider-Man Brand New Day after the end of this.
Maybe,
Everybody
maybe
post all
not.
your reactions in the comments below and all your theories for what's
Look at
happening
that
with
wallpaper
this
behind him.
and
That's actually
Spider-Man
fire. I
Brand New
like that
Day.
he cropped
Everybody's
that.
gonna have to grow out their Punisher beards now too, even though I couldn't grow a beard to save my life. We're getting pretty
Same.
close to this, so we'll
Look
get
at
more
me.
trailers that'll tell us the actual story pretty soon, and more
I got a
Spider-Man Brand New
shadow.
Day trailers.
I
So
got a
as we
shadow.
do
That's
see
all I
more
got,
footage,
bro.
I'll do more
I
videos
can't
for
grow
both of those
anything.
things, and hopefully both of the different trailers will answer some more questions about
Yeah, I
how this
hope
all
they.
fits together. There was also a Daredevil Born Again trailer with a bunch of Jessica Jones footage confirming that she has a daughter, I think
Mm,
with Luke Cage. So I do think they're
mm,
doing Daniela Cage and Heroes for Hire stuff in Daredevil Born
mm.
Again Season 3. I'll try to do a trailer video
Luke
for that in the next
Cage.
couple of days too.
There he is.
I literally just posted a whole bunch of episode videos because we have The Boys Season 5, Invincible
Boys
Season
season
4, and
5,
Daredevil Born Again episodes
Invincible
all at the
season 4.
same time. We're eating good.
Yep,
Be
we're
sure to
eating
click here for all those
amazingly.
episodes and click here for all my other Spider-Man.
Wow, we are eating good. You know, I want to say that MCU is heading in the right direction if they keep the whole vigilante crisis and Spider-Man's not really a hero because he's hiding in a mask and he can't yet trust MJ or Ned to like reveal his identity just because of the anti-vigilante task force and stuff like that. It is really good with the new Daredevil um season 2 show. I'm excited for this Punisher little movie, I guess. I'm not sure how long it will be. I'm hoping over an hour because I need to eat something good. Because every other episode on Daredevil, I swear, is like 50 to 48 minutes. Like, they can at least give us like maybe an hour, 20 minutes of the Punisher. Just because I love John, the actor. He's such a great guy like for Punisher. He just plays it so well. Um, I am excited for the new Spider-Man, Brand New Day. It's right there. I am excited for the new Spider-Man Brand New Day, just because we are getting some Jean Grey mutants. I'm excited for some mutant stuff. I want to see my boy Charles Xavier. I want to see Magneto. I want to see Cyclops, Beast. Who else? Who else do we got in Storm? I don't think they're gonna get Storm in the new mutant era if they're doing the soft reboot thing. Um, Let me know what your opinions are. If you're a superhero nerd, if you want me to post more videos and what my thoughts on the whole thing, or if you want me to break down. I haven't even started season 5 of The Boys. I know it's gonna be fire. Invincible 2, Invincible season 4. Did I get that right? Season 4, episode 6. It's gonna be fire. I did watch the whole spaghetti scene. If you know, you know. But yeah, appreciate it.